here's the end, and there's a little washer in there, a plastic washer, and it was crooked. This washer thing was crooked, and it was causing this to be kind of crooked. Ugh. Okay, that just popped out of there. It doesn't look like there's much to it. Okay, that just wasn't down there straight, and I'm gonna try to just screw that back in and try it once. And I see it's coming up. It's coming up crooked, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the dealio is. Okay, here. That's supposed to keep it down. Okay, like that. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't, maybe I'll just put the other one in and call it good. But even a regular hose washer could probably work. Let's just see if you can see me in there. I'll just leave the camera going. I just left it on here. And tighten it up. I still have the other one here. Now I'm going to go turn the water back on and see what happens. And if that doesn't work, I'll take that one off. Okay, this one's got water coming out of it. And I'm going to turn the water back off, replace it with that other one. Now that other one I saved from doing something else around the house here for Mother years ago. So I don't know if that one's going to work either. Cross my fingers and hope it works. Okay, so off the water goes again. I don't know how much you're going to see, but it's just a slip joint fitting, and I'm going to hopefully I'll be able to slip it off. I think I can by just unscrewing it or pulling on it hard. Come on. Okay, here we go. Gotta wedge it back and forth because it's under friction. That's just how those fittings work. Come on. There. There. Okay. Yeah. Pretty sure it's the same. Okay. There. Okay. Just like that. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again. Oh, isn't that a shame? Look, it's leaking just as much, and I think that's why I had an extra. Okay, because both of them I replaced with new ones. Dabbity nabbit. I guess I can't fix it right now. I'm gonna have to go back to the store. I'm gonna have to go back to the store because I don't think I have one of those fittings. And it's close to the end. It's at the end of the line, and because I got those other pipes coming off the side, just beyond it, I can't kink it back. And see, you could kink it back, and then you could attach something like that on there. See, and have it kinked and just hold it like that. That's what those are for. And I'll just have to take one of the old ones. I'll take this to the store with me, okay? Is what I'll do, and come back. I'll put this in the car right now so it reminds me. I'll put it on the driver's seat. So today I'll get one of these, and it will be just like this. It's a compression fitting. It's got just, it almost looks like a coupling inside. It kind of dips down, and then there's little not teeth, but just little ridges where you just wiggle it back and forth and get it on there. Okay, and that's it. and I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I don't know what else could be going on. That it's probably just something that after years it could be worn. I could put a hose washer in there. I don't know. I might even try putting a washer in there, but for some reason it's coming out, and I'm not sure why, and I don't know if I can fix it. You know what? For the sake of argument, I'm just gonna try it. And I could have just unscrewed the top, huh? You should have told me, hey Joe, just unscrew the top like that and put it on there. And this is hard plastic, and I'm just gonna try a regular hose one because it's pliable. And this probably was pliable years ago, and because it's so old, it's hard plastic now. And I think that's what's happened over there. Okay, so let's just see. This it shouldn't matter which one I do, so I'm just going to unscrew this top. Get my little screwdriver out, pop that out, put a new one in. That's the same size. Wouldn't that be something? If that works. Now see, this is slightly different because it doesn't have the little grooves in there, and that little white thing could come out. So maybe I'm gonna just put the other white one on top of the rubber one. I'll try that and see what happens. Okay. And if that doesn't work, I'll take the white one out and try it again. Okay, I'm back from the store. Here was the old one. This was an extra one because I had replaced two of these, or one of these from before, and there's another one down there that's doing the same thing. Water's coming out of there. I tried to look at this on the inside. There's not a whole lot going on. I even tried to take that thing out, but that washer's slightly different from a regular garden hose washer because it's got those little nibs on there. And I think over time, you're just gonna get this to leak. The ideal was years ago when they had these. I went to Lowe's, by the way, and they don't even sell this one anymore. I'll show you this one in a minute. But it was when the water got shut off to the drip irrigation, this would kind of spit to let the pressure off of here, kind of like a hose bib does. If you've got that the right type of hose bib, where it throws the water out after you shut the pipe out, the hose bib off. Okay, so they didn't have this exact one. They have this one here, and it's the same thing. It's a slip, and nowadays they just have a cap. It's just a cap on the end. It doesn't. They didn't have one that allowed the water to squirt out after the pipe shut down. That's okay. I don't really care about that. Okay. And this is designed to do the same thing that this does, and this is for 5/8 and it's compression fitting. Okay. This is just an end with a little washer in there, and that should do the trick. Now the interesting thing was at the store they had one of these called a universal, and it had a long threads here, and it had a double nut, and then it had a slip nut with a sleeve on there. So universal meaning you could fit this on 1/2" pipe or 5/8 pipe. And what I would recommend you do when you go to the store, take your old one and then you can decide. I was going to get that one, and that one would have done the same thing for 5/8 or 1/2". So it would have worked. That was $1.99. Then I happened to keep looking around in the boxes they had, and this one was $1.38. It does the same thing. The other universal one has the same cap at the end. It's exactly like this. It's designed just to keep the water from coming out. That's all. Okay. And you know, you don't really need the end of this. When your drip irrigation shuts off, you got bubblers, you've got other things on your system to allow so the water isn't still pressurized when you shut the water off, okay? All right, so now I've got the water shut off and I'm gonna slip this on, okay? Next step coming up. Okay, I'm gonna leave this plant right there. You saw kind of how I did it, how I tried to fix it from before. And because it's compression, you just have to wiggle it and hold your mouth just right. If you just try to twist it and pull, it's not going to come out. So you have to kind of hang on to it and kind of back and forth it and walk it off, you know? Alright, so there's the, now I've got two bad ones. I'm not going to save those for anything now. Now I can push this one back on, okay, like that. Make sure the end is tight, and that should do it, okay? But of course, I'm going to turn the water on. We're going to check it out. Now, always check your workout. Don't make any assumptions, because remember last time when I ran the drip irrigation to this here, I made the assumption, it's going to work when the water comes on. The drip irrigation that I installed onto this plant, it'll work. And son of a gun, it didn't work. That's because that end was leaking. Water was coming out of the end of that. So much so that it didn't pressurize the system at the very end of the system to allow enough water to come to this plant or to come to this plant. Okay, now that I replaced that end, okay, it should all work, right? Should, famous last words, okay? So stick with me. We're going to check this out. I'm going to turn the water back on. I tell you, I might as well show you the sprinkler timer. Now you're not going to have a timer exactly like this one. This one's a Rainbird, and I've got it. See, I just turned this to station number 5, and then there's different things here, and this is water 1 zone only. So I'm going to press this, and that's zone 5. It's on for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to walk out there. We're going to check that, okay? If yours is not the same like this, just look around and maybe read some directions. You might have a little handbook or a direction sheet, or maybe you pop the cover off. Maybe there's some directions there, but just look around and look at it. You'll figure it out how to set this and turn it on manually, because I've got it all set for automatic. And obviously when it's in the automatic zone, you can't turn anything on until you manually flip it over and turn it on. Okay? All right. Let's go back and see if it's working. Now, I haven't walked up there and checked it out yet. I don't do stuff like that, but I know that the water's turned on. See, it's dripping. That's dripping. And we're going to come over here and look at this and see there. That's not dripping now, is it? Okay, right down in there. I think I got it fixed now. Well, this should be dripping now. And I'm looking at that and it looks dry. I'm not sure if it's because that end, if the end needs to be replaced, I replace it with the brand new one. And we're going to look at this here and see if the water's coming on. If the water's coming on this, and it's just barely, and I'm saying barely dripping. I lifted it, but I think I have this on, what was it, half inch or half gallon per hour. And I can see that the water went on there. See, it's, you know what, you know what's going to happen? This is what's happening, I think. Because I had an issue with this from before, okay? And the water was pouring out. Remember, the water didn't come up here. So my thinking is that this pipe here might need to fill up a little bit more with water. That's all I can think of. To where the little drip thing is going to work. I'm gonna have to check it out here in a minute. But see, nothing's coming out of that yet, and the water's got to fill up to that, and it's coming up high, and then it's coming back down. But see, I know it's on because see, here's the same drip right here. For here, this is on the same system. That is on the same system. See, that's dripping because when we hang something off of here, then I just take this and dip it down. So for the time being, I'm just going to let it drip. And we had something in here from before, and I just put a little inline bubbler and did that. I need to get some flowers for her. And I know it's on. See, this one, the water's on, and that other is on the same drip irrigation. And so I know it's going to work. Come on, it's on the same system. I tied it in right before that end cap. Okay, and I used a brand new coupling, and I don't think anything got into the coupling. That's a mystery. That is a mystery. I'm wondering. I do know that this new fitting is not leaking now. Okay, a brand new one. See, here's the drip that I installed, that I hooked up to. And it looks wet, but it's not leaking because that was just from water overflow from before. Okay? When that needed to be fixed. Now, I may have to get grief. I don't know what else is going on. Might have to look at this further and make a determination what the heck is going on with that. Could it possibly be that something else is going on too? On the same line as these drips? Alright. I'll look at that here in a minute and come up with what is going on with that. And in order to check it, I guess I could cut this off. Turn the water back on, make sure water's coming out of this pipe, to make sure that this fitting maybe is plugged up, but it looked like a brand new one that I put on there. And because that's half gallon per hour, it should be dripping. This is a half gallon per hour, and see, this was the same one from before, and see how much it's dripping? That's how much this one should be dripping. That's how much that one should be dripping. And I believe initially I had this one was a 1 gallon, and I don't know if I ever changed it to half gallon, but that should be dripping too. Okay, if you want to see what I'm going to do next to fix this, stick around. If not, and if you just wanted to know how to fix that end, well, you got your answer on that, right? Okay, I'll be right back.